Good morning, everyone. We need more energy. That's it. Isn't it exciting to see a lot of the productivity applications directly working within Microsoft Dynamics CRM? Our goal here is to make the richness of productivity applications light up within CRM. That's something that motivated me personally to come over to Microsoft, because I believe they have such rich technologies to really light up the customer interactions. Let me quickly introduce myself. Do you all remember me from last time? I'm the outsourced version of Captain Kirk. You remember that? This time, good point. This time, the ride is going to be bumpier. We are covering so many more constellations, and I'm driving the plane this time. So think about it. So let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Jujar. I'm responsible for the product management and strategy for Microsoft Dynamics CRM. And I've worked in the CRM space for the last 20 years, seeing it both from the vendor perspective as well as from the customer's standpoint. Worked in companies like i2, Siebel, SAP. But this particular time, for all practitioners of CRM, is a very, very exciting time. And we at Microsoft want to be at the forefront of this change. Our customers are growing at a very, very fast pace, and we are growing with them. Today, Microsoft has seen 38 quarters of double-digit growth, and a lot of this growth is coming from our online business. In the last half year, our net seat adds are equaling the previous full 1 year. That's how fast we are growing. Today, we can boast of 4 million users, 40,000 customers, and these are spread across 80 countries, speak 42 languages, and we are just getting started. The reason I share this with you is because we are a vibrant community which is growing and is being heard. One key statistics that I want to point out on this slide is the fact of the fast release adoption. Microsoft Dynamics CRM 2013 is now in market. In the last 2.5 months, we have close to 93% of all our online organizations migrated to the new release. And this is because we put in a lot of effort. On the one hand, creating faster innovation. On the other hand, making sure that it is easily consumable by all of our customers, and it is paying dividends. As we look at the analyst landscape, we end up showing up in the Magic Quadrants, leadership quadrants, same way for Forrester Waves. But one thing which we are particularly proud of is the fact that all analysts are pointing out the fast growth. In fact, Paul Greenberg, who is the father, considered to be the father of CRM, called this progress game-changing. And that's what we are particularly excited about. When we look at the goal for Microsoft Dynamics CRM, you can see our focus is on delivering amazing customer experiences. In the previous word, it was more company-centric. It was about acquiring, retaining, and growing. In the new word, it's customer-driven. It's much more about being customer-driven, and it is about not acquiring, retaining, and growing, but about engaging, matching, and nurturing. And that, too, we do across devices and across geographies. That's our focus. Now, in order to make it happen, we specifically talk about some key pillars of investment. And this is one pillar that I do particularly want to emphasize. With CRM 2013, we started the journey of mobility. We started the journey where we build once, deploy everywhere. We give you, on the one hand, the power of rich native applications, but on the other hand, you have a very low TCO because we build it once and deploy it everywhere. That's the power of one of the pillars that we delivered with CRM 2030. In the new versions that are going to focus from a strategy standpoint, we want to take it to the next level. We want to have multiple backends so that we not only could be talking to our family of applications, be it Microsoft Dynamics Marketing, be it Microsoft Social Listening, Parature, the latest edition, but even you customers, if you wanted to bring other applications within the context of that, we want to make it multi-backend, more open. Those are key themes. Along with that, our focus is to have disconnected applications, true offline, delivered within the product, and then make it possible that all kinds of enterprise customers can take advantage of it. What's special is a lot of our competitors also do pieces of this puzzle. Our unique value proposition is going to be that we will do all 5 of them and make it available to our customers to take advantage of it. Because we believe mobility is the frontier where great customer interactions and amazing experience can be delivered. So let me quickly pose a question to all of you. So as we are going through this journey through constellations, you are ready for it? Let me ask you. Last time, in the last 1 year, we did 3 acquisitions and 3 releases. How many releases do all of you think we have planned till October? Any guesses in the audience? That is actually correct. So a lot of exciting innovation is coming through. So let me share with you what this particular roadmap looks like. So on January 31st, we closed Parature, and I'll be specifically putting it in context why we acquired it and how it plays a part. Then we will also, in the spring, we are releasing 3 offerings. Leo, which is a big release for customer service. Microsoft Dynamics Marketing, where the existing marketing pilot product has been completely revamped and we are delivering it. Most of you would have seen it in the keynotes. And then Microsoft Social Listening. Each one of these are bundled together, work in tandem to deliver great value to our customers. Social is actually particularly even on a faster cadence. We are going to have another release in Q3, which is called Libra, which is going to deliver the social connection so that directly from social feeds, you would be in a position to create leads, opportunities, etc. Then in fall, you'll, for the first time, have Parature directly integrated with the product. And along with that, on the CRM side of the house, the Vega release comes out. With Vega, you will have improved offline capabilities. Along with that, a new release comes out, Hydra, which is the engagement release, where an engagement console is going to be delivered. And finally, for the marketing side of the house, our journey of adding newer and newer channels keeps on happening. So the exciting pace of innovation is ahead of us. Let me talk about Parature and the context of Parature. Parature gives us the capabilities for web self-service, knowledge management, and the omni-channel experience. You saw how in the keynotes you could go be on a Facebook portal, you could be on a web self-service site, you could be interacting. So the complete omni-channel interaction part comes with Parature, the knowledge management piece comes with it, and the combined product that we have built along with the unified service desk gives great value to our customers. Parature actually has delivered great value to their customers. They have focused on 3 key areas. For the customer service reps, it's extremely important to reduce cost. And across the board, their call deflection numbers are amazing. One of their customers actually went to the extent of having 65% reduction in incoming calls. On the other hand, they can also proactively reach out. And while somebody is looking at a shopping cart, you can have a proactive chat launched in and directly be engaged. Along with that, the loyalty aspect, 80% of their customers actually have seen 10% increase in their customer satisfaction score. Aren't these amazing numbers? What do you all think? They have large customers that they support, IBM, Samsung, EPA, Social Security Administration are some of these large customers that Parature supports. So we are really excited about this acquisition, and this is going to be part of the growing CRM family as we go forward. Now let's start talking about the real cool stuff around Leo. So Leo now is going to be both an online and an on-premise release. And we are delivering it in a fashion that it is non-disruptive. You can be easily consuming it. It's for the first time that you will have the social story also directly integrated out of the box. And some of the major themes for Leo are customer care. We'll go deeper on that. Productivity side of the house, as I mentioned, one Microsoft story is big for us. So this is where the next iteration of doing Exchange server-side sync online to online has been made available. Even with SharePoint, we are introducing the server-side sync now. You don't need to have the iframes embedded. Social for the first time is integrated. Our mobility story has moved forward. And then online side of the house, we have focused in making it much more ready for the enterprise people. While we are doing all of this innovation, platform has not been left behind. We are improving the platform every single time. So let's talk about the care side of the house. When I look at care, there are three major areas which have been enhanced. One, and this is without Parature. When we bring the Parature picture in, all the different channels are brought in. But just on the channel side of the house, first of all, the mobile applications, you had sales in the first instance. Now you have the capability to do face-to-face service for customer care, also delivered out of the box. Along with that, we have introduced what we call the Unified Service Desk. Very different method of thinking. Instead of thinking as CRM as the center of universe, we took the approach that a call center agent actually has to go through 10 or 15 applications. He keeps on switching them. One way was to bring everything into CRM. We took the other approach. We said, let's give the service people a composition framework where CRM is a first-class application, and they can bring diverse applications into it. That's also delivered as part of this. The capability of taking incoming emails, putting a slew of rules on it so that you can convert them into cases, gets delivered. Social, on the other hand, has also been greatly enhanced. So with social, you can have incoming social feeds from any source. You can write rules on top of it and convert them to cases. That's the generic framework that has been built with the customer care. And this is with the Libra release with social connections. Those feeds would be coming in from our Microsoft social listening platform, and they can be directly converted into leads, cases, or opportunities. But the generic framework will get shipped with Leo release itself. On the core of customer care, our intention was to deliver a state-of-the-art case management functionality so that the agents can do their job really well. How do we make their life that a lot of the SLAs, the KPIs are pre-calculated globally, not in one region, globally all across, and you can deliver a great experience, a differentiated customer experience to your end consumers. That was at the heart of it. Improved queuing, ability to actually have a global solution was key for us. And at the heart of it, what we tried to do with this was we tried to give the service organizations the capability to really differentiate the experience that they give to their end consumers so that they could actually charge more money if they wanted to. So if your intention is just cost saving, that's possible. But if you want to switch gears and say, no, it's not cost service, I actually want to be making more money by offering differentiated service through SLAs and KPIs, you can turn your cost service-based approach to a more profit-centric approach. That's the capability that we deliver out of the box. And making that experience for your customers effortless was key for us. As we move on with the journey, with Leo, the contact profile also has been enriched. So now, on a contact, you have multiple social profiles that can be attached. and you can deal with them in real time. So incoming social feed, you can look at it, whether he's tied to Twitter, and you can associate cases that already exist for it. Social care functionality already is delivered out of the box. Along with that, one of the key themes I talked about last time was the universal social. Social for us was just another channel. Bringing it into sales, service, and marketing was important for us. So taking Microsoft Social Listening and embedding it as part of the product so that transactional and social views both show up together was important. Account insights and insights even on custom entities is now possible. That's the power that we have given even our XRM platform. Looking at the mobility story, we have moved it forward. We supported 2 platforms. We have added Android to the mix. From a compatibility standpoint, Windows 8.1 and iOS 7 both have getting supported. Far Eastern languages have been added to the mix. These are the changes that we have already brought with the Leo release, which you would be in a position to consume. From a standpoint of the other areas of platform, so when we look at the platform, for us, the platform is as important as was in the past. And let me tell you why. Building great applications needs a great platform. Our intention there was, when we are building applications, whatever needs to go into the platform, we made sure that we put it back so that everyone can consume it, even when they are building custom applications. Good examples are here. Workflow gets enhanced by putting and or grouping conditions. The ability to have timer controls on any time-based things like tasks are available out of the box. The ability to have state models so that you can make transition based on rules, that's available and can be used for custom entities too. Async service has been scaled up. So everything that we have done to make a great customer service application, we have turned around and said, how do we make it available to others to have a great custom application too? On the application lifecycle management side of the house, a lot of you would be have been asking us, how do we put and ship data along with others? So this is where the package deployment tool comes in, where data also now can be moved from one configuration to another. There is the updated plugin registration, the other areas of configuration migration so that you can move configurations from one place to another. Our intention is that by the Vega timeframe, the team is working very heavily so that you will have a much better application lifecycle management tooling within the product with all of these changes coming through. On the online side of the house, we have focused on 3 things: experience, enterprise, and efficiency. On the experience side of the house, we have made the provisioning really fast so that it can be easily consumed. For enterprise customers, how many in the audience wanted Sandbox? Just by a show of hands. Sandbox is coming. Isn't that exciting? So that's a very weak response. I've heard a lot more than that. Along with that, from an efficiency standpoint, we have also tried to disengage and make the online releases, the maintenance part of it, made them much more rapid, that they have gone to a monthly cadence. Improved telemetry is another part. And for enterprises, we have also built in an administration portal so that they can get visibility to things that are running. So online, every step of the way is improving. So having talked about the Leo release, let me go back and show you a little bit of all of the functionality that is coming with the Leo release. So let's first show you the Unified Service Desk. So Unified Service Desk, as I mentioned, is a composition framework. And this is CRM entities directly show up. I could do a quick search. And let's say I wanted to look at Microsoft. When I click on Microsoft, the whole configuration now will start showing up the areas from Microsoft within the CRM system. And that's what you get when I'm writing the thing. So Microsoft as an entity shows up. As we are looking at the whole entity from CRM coming up, on the left-hand panel, you can start seeing key information about that account directly visible. There are call scripts here too, and these call scripts can go cross-application. Now, also social information. One of the powers of this is to pass context from one place to another very quickly. That's possible. Along with that, if I wanted to go ahead and locate this particular customer, with one click, that information is passed back to Bing. So without putting that information, anything that is a URL addressable application, you pass the context with Unified Service Desk from one place to another and can compose different applications. So that's the power of bringing a lot of the different applications, diverse environments within the context of the product. Let's switch gears and show you some of the other areas. The case that I have set up is to show you some of what we have done with customer care. I have this incoming email, which is credit card. Charles Link is a financial services customer. He has issues about his credit card. He can very quickly go in and write this particular email and send it out. As he sends out this information, now I would go back and show you the view of what the customer service agent sees. Now, in this particular case, the customer service agent actually will have a view of the complete area of his whole customer service organization. So in the first chart, you would see the active cases by agents. As I mentioned, SLAs, a big functionality that has been delivered in this release. You can see the SLA status by week. If you are exceeding a particular SLA, you can look at that. Along with that, the cases. You have the combination of both public and private queues available, cases by mix. So in one snapshot, the customer service agent can look at the whole operations of what is happening for this particular manager. Now, let me show you what is made available in the behind the scenes to make the life of the customer service agent much more easy. So I will transition to this whole area, new area created for service management. Here, as I mentioned, you have the capabilities to do public and private queues. So both elements are available. This is a private queue that has been set up. I can also go ahead and show you the power of the parent-child information. So you can set up the capabilities to create child cases, pass on the attributes, and in certain cases, you will make sure that all of the child cases are closed before the parent can be closed, or you can do it the other way around too. Then we talked about the generic framework. So there are automatic case creation rules that are available now. So I have rules, for example, for Twitter engagement set up. I talked about how we have built a generic framework for social, for incoming feeds to come and create cases. So on the left-hand side, I could create cases and say, for blocked profiles, don't create them, or only create a case when they private message me or send it to a direct message to me. So both those combinations are there. And writing these rules is as simple as a business user can go in and start defining all of these rules. So in this case, if a social activity will be created incoming from Twitter, these are the parameters of the case that will get generated. So this is a quick view of the functionality of automatic case creation. I also shared with you the power of service level agreements. So let's go to this particular service level agreement. And you will start seeing details that you can define any kind of service level agreement. Here, I have service level agreements defined by resolution for high priority customers. You warn them. You can then tell them that they have exceeded that. And also, this was a new condition. So how many times when we go to different sites, we look at it, and if we have to switch multiple channels, we feel really bad. So this is a condition that we have defined for switches for customer effort. So you can bring up the customer effort, and you can say, how many times, if you have switched channels, if I made 3 or 4 switches, I'll automatically escalate the case and have a manager start looking at it, so that the end experience for the customers is really good. That's the power of what has been made available with this product. Also, entitlements now can be defined by channels, by different methods of approaching. Now, in this case, if you remember, the area of creation of the credit card, let me actually show you this particular credit card. So automatically, information was created for this credit card. This is showing you the queue for it. We can go to the different cases that have been created also in the background. So this is the credit card case that was created. Let me show you all the information. So same kind of business process flows exist that can guide the agents through the different experience. On the right-hand side of the house, the incoming email has been converted to a case, and the SLAs have also been shown. So you are seeing that the first response, which was due, I've actually exceeded it. The timer control is now incrementing. Till the time I have not meet that level, it will still be this. You will see an automatic response has also been delivered to the customer. So all of the rules that we set up, they are fired in so that the experience for the agent is much more efficient and much more clean. We talked about how creating child cases is also extremely easy. This is also, it shows the customer contacts. So as you see, there is a customer contact that is already there. So he has reached out to you with an email. I can add a new, let's say he calls back again. Customer called again. And in this case, it's an incoming call. So now there are two interactions that have happened. And let's say this particular credit case also needs the ability for the end credit risk evaluation. I can mark this case as critical and save it. As I save it, automatically, if you remember, we had created the cascading of all the rules for the child case creation. And as I save it, a child case now has been created right here. I can go to this child case. This child case will have a life of its own. So now you see, since it is bound by the other ones, their SLAs are even shorter. If you remember, the SLAs for that was 25 minutes. This is 14 minutes. So just to show you a quick example of how you can cascade SLAs from the parent to the child, that's possible. And now if I wanted to go back and look at my existing other case that I had, the parent for this case, I can do that as well. So this is the parent case. I'll go back to it, and you will start seeing that now the customer contacts have automatically been updated to 2. So instead of 1, there are 2, and there has been an escalation that has been generated as well. So a customer effort escalation. So since the number of switches was more, you want to give a better experience to the end consumer, you have generated the experience that automatically the switch happens, and you can go to the way whereby now a extended team will start supporting it so that they don't have to go through multiple switches. That's the power of the flexible SLAs, making sure that your end consumers don't have to go through all of this experience. So switching gears, let's go back to the presentation and talk about the marketing product now.
I'm not sure that we've ever had a more exciting time at the PGA Tour than we have right now. We play over 100 tournaments a year around the world. We're in over 225 countries and territories, and we pass through 945 million households. And our telecasts are broadcast in 23 different languages.
The brand marketing team at the PGA Tour has a lot of responsibilities within our organization. It starts with strategic marketing for us, and it leads all the way through to the development of our advertising campaigns. There's so many different ways to consume advertising and promotions.
We knew we needed one system to house all of our media assets, and what we liked about Microsoft Dynamics Marketing was we could take the creative side, the media side, and the trafficking side and house them all under one roof. Our partners have certainly noticed a difference. We're becoming more transparent as it's become more important for our partners to see the value of our promotion.
A tool like Dynamics Marketing we see as something that's really flexible for us, so we're pretty excited about the future.
So let's talk about the next, our concept of marketing smarter with Microsoft Dynamics Marketing. This is one platform. You have seen a few demos of this, but the focus here was to give marketeers a platform that has no silos. You can plan, you can execute, and you can analyze. You have the ability to execute now campaigns not across only traditional media, digital media also. And on the email side of the house, now we can support up to 150 million emails per day across geographies, and that too per day. That's the power of what this particular capability delivers. We keep the customer still front and center. And if the customer doesn't want to be approached, we have the single opt-in, double opt-in, all the permission-enabled marketing available within the product. And for analysis, the Power BI has been directly attached to the product also, so that people can do the kind of analysis that they want to. From an availability standpoint, this particular product is going to be available in 35 markets and 10 languages. So the global scale that we have in CRM, we are continuing with it. Let's see a quick demo of Marketing Pilot also. So I'm going to take a slightly different tack and focus on the lead part of the house. How do we go through that experience? But in general, you have the complete capabilities to go from the one end of efficient project management to executing marketing campaigns to managing your assets to tie it back to the cost side and then finally doing performance. So the end-to-end picture is there. Here we are running a marketing campaign whereby I can actually see the budget, I can focus on the budget, I can go into a particular event, and I'll start seeing the complete split of how the money is being spent. From an email deliverability outreach standpoint, you can see how you're performing. The lead standpoint, you can see whether how many leads have been generated and have been delivered. Now, let's take a look back into what has been set up in the back to show you this particular campaign. So, on the right-hand panel, I can always keep certain key information right handy so that I can look at it. So this is the campaign management console that I was talking about. This gives you the ability to plan, see your campaigns, monitor them in real time, and make changes. So we built this campaign for Convergence customers. We sent the announcement, and these are the newsletters which I talked about. We only approach when you actually do single opt-ins or double opt-ins. So all combinations are available. And as you see, these campaigns are live tiles. So they show you the information in real time of what's happening. A single click here would actually let you pick. On the right-hand panel, you will start seeing the particular email campaign. With one click, in the same view itself, I'm not going anywhere. I can actually see what that particular content is, and I can change it in real time too. So that shows you the power of this particular functionality. I can now start going into and looking at the information of the leads that have been generated for this. So let's look at this particular lead, which shows you the power of people are in the digital world going to different places. So when I come in, I can very quickly rescore the lead for any interactions that have happened right in the past. And as I see the score of 135 has been assigned, how has this score been assigned? So this shows you all the scoring that has happened in February as well as in March. So these lead scoring algorithms will show you all the digital footprint, whether they visited the site, what site did they visit. And the power of this is that all of this information that is tracked gets passed back to CRM. So in CRM call centers, you are getting all of that information, along with all your marketing information. Everything now is available. So you understand what your customer is doing with your sales team, in your call centers, in your marketing interactions. So you have one view of that customer, a holistic view. And in order to do that, what you can, as I said, it's extremely easy to set up, which a business user can. In one click, I'm showing you the complete screen, 5 fields that a business user can fill in, and both online and on-premise experiences can be attached. Going back, I can also show you the lead scoring models that we have set up in order to do this lead scoring. So these lead scoring models actually have the capability not only to track individual customers, but in a B2B scenario, I'm more interested in understanding who are the 6 people from the company. If 6 people from a particular company have gone to your website, then that whole collection of leads is much more important. We can support all of those scenarios as well. So this shows you the thing if they have looked at the newsletter, if they have actually done event registration, if their demographics, these are the zip codes. So not only behavioral tracking, but at the same time looking at the demographic information. And then also what you can see is the different grades. So when you pass them back to the salespeople, you actually can make sure that salespeople get good qualified leads. So you can set the standards, and when that particular standard is hit, an opportunity is created and it is passed back to CRM. Let's look at the analysis piece through Power BI. So this is the combination where I can look at my different landing pages by geography, what they are generating. This is another view of the whole thing, which is a revenue analytics chart. As you go through your lead, you can bring information from CRM and from Marketing Pilot and combine it. And you see this particular lead, this was the sales ready score. You can jump, and then it gets converted. Whereas another lead, this one, has not yet reached the sales ready score. The last one, we went through the complete process of registering, going to the website, continuously getting scored, and ultimately we lost the opportunity. So this is an end-to-end system of planning, building the campaigns quickly, monitoring them in real time, and then going back and doing a complete revenue cycle analytics so that the composite picture is available to the customer. Let's switch back and talk about now Microsoft Social Listening, the Subra release. So we acquired the company NetBreeze. This particular company that we acquired, our whole focus was on making Subra release, bringing everything to a Microsoft platform, keep the simplicity of this particular product extremely easy so that setting up search criteria is extremely easy. This is now mobile optimized also, adaptive design. So depending upon the form factor, the whole application is going to change. From a localization standpoint, it has been improved quite a lot. It is available on Office 365, so single sign-on capabilities are also there. From an experience standpoint, it's the exact same similar experience to the rest of the products. So you saw marketing also was similar, top-level navigation, touch optimized. This also is the same experience. From a setup standpoint, it is extremely simple. From a availability standpoint, as I mentioned, it's going to be available in 40+ languages. We are trying to keep the footprint of CRM Online and Subra almost the same. It will support 19 acquisition languages, 5 native language sentiment analysis also. So that's the power of what we are delivering with Microsoft Social Listening. Let me now show you a demo of Microsoft Social Listening in action. Let's switch to the demo. So here, what we see is the whole Microsoft Social Listening. As I mentioned, the top-level navigation, similar, touch optimized. I can look at different analysis. I can pick different timelines too. So from custom timelines to anything that we want. For marketeers, it's extremely important not only to look at the buzz about their campaign, look at different accounts, or also look at different campaigns that they are running. Now, for this particular one, you can see the buzz, that is the trend, the different types of channels that they are supported, and what is the percentage as part of the total. Here we have set up a campaign on Microsoft looking at the things that are happening in convergence. For each one of them, the details are also available right here. I can pick, for example, convergence. It's what all of us are interested in. And here, I will start seeing information specific to convergence across the board in all of the different dimensions. Now, as it gets rendered, you would see there is a huge spike. The sentiment is posted. The number of posts as a percentage of total is available. You see there is a huge spike from the average, and it's understandable. Now we are at convergence. Everyone is talking about it in real time. Then the sources by share. If you wanted to understand what are the key sources, I could actually come in and start seeing a complete picture. Very easily, I can start filtering the information too. So I can say I am only interested in looking at Twitter, and on the left-hand panel, if you look at it, now the information is giving you a visual clue that it's only filtering for Twitter. So immediately, the UI also gives you a picture of what is being tracked. I can look at the top authors that are available. So across the board, your influencers, the sources, and if I wanted in real time, so this is the simplicity I was talking about. I wanted to further constrain this search. Somebody on the consumption end of it can go ahead and put this in. Now, what is also extremely unique is what I talked about, taking that whole experience and making it available to CRM. This is a dashboard that we have built whereby we are monitoring the same Microsoft social listening, but now it is embedded, and you can filter it across the same way I was doing filtering there. I can pick up the sources, the languages, similar fashion. If now I wanted to look at the information for a particular account, and I wanted to see that, one click away. So this will post the information for that particular account in the context of what is being delivered. And sometimes it takes some time to deliver it. So here, actually, in the same view, we would be in a position to see the rendering of the social information right in the context. Let's go back to the home page. And if we wanted to add something new to it also, that capability is also extremely easy. I can bring that information right within CRM and make changes like you want to. So this is the key capability of making social universal available within the context of CRM and not in some other fashion. Switching gears, let's talk about what is coming in Vega. So let's go back to the PowerPoint. So now you have seen the complete spring wave from Leo, what is coming in customer service, Mira, what is coming in marketing, and social, what is coming in Microsoft Social Listening. Now let's start talking about the Vega release. As part of Vega, one of our key goals is to have an improved offline experience so that you can create entities and then we will sync them later on too. From a productivity standpoint also, there are Exchange server-side Exchange sync enhancements, which will make the Outlook client sync enhancements much more usable. For complex organizations, there is new support that is added to the mix. And process excellence, some of the questions in the previous session that I was hearing, so whether we will get the ability to do branching or invoke actions, those are two capabilities that are coming as part of the product. Now, from a mobility standpoint, these are the changes that are going to come. You will have improved offline. From a security standpoint, we will start supporting, particularly for our financial services customers and others, mobile iron and good, so that secure information can be made available on mobile devices. You will have the capability to have multiple dashboards, in the sense you could have a sales, service, or a custom application dashboard, so you can transact from on the mobile client infrastructure, go across devices in each one of them. Offline, we talked about the capabilities to do creation of records, and then hierarchy modeling is coming. This will also be available on all of our mobile devices. Do you see I'm not talking about the last one? Because these are like the Olympics rings, that this could go away, but I'm still going to share it with you. There is a chance that live notifications, we are working towards it, but may or may not happen, but wanted to share with you. So this is that proverbial ring. We all saw it in Sochi. May or may not happen. So let's move on to the next area, hierarchy support. So supporting multiple levels of hierarchies. So you would be in a position to have visually explore account hierarchies, look at the information, launch actions directly from within the hierarchies, and then also be in a position to have all the key information displayed on the tiles and query them as well. So that's the power of organization support, that is for complex sales organization, where you want to visually traverse different hierarchies and then actually roll up that information so that you have one composite view. All of those capabilities are coming. So isn't that exciting? Calculated fields. How many times have we talked about it? A lot of times. So this is also getting delivered as part of the Vega release. Calculated fields, you would be in a position to define them very quickly. IntelliSense will be built in. Our focus here is, as calculated fields get built, a business user can quickly go in and start defining it. You will have the capabilities to roll up from your the children entities to the parent entity and write rules across those. Rich condition and expression support is going to be available. These are the things that are going to be possible. And as I mentioned, with business process flow, both branching as well as the ability to invoke actions are going to be improved as part of Vega. So the features that you love with CRM 2013, our continuous journey of improving the business process excellence theme is continuing. Exchange sync enhancements. A lot of our financial services customers were requesting that how do we make the sync enhancements much more configurable? And this is where having multiple layers of phones and addresses, syncing them is going to be possible. If you have defined something as private on your Outlook side of the house and you don't want it to sync, we would have those capabilities. On the other hand, if there is certain CRM information which you want to keep read-only on the Outlook side of the house, that's also going to be possible. Then another layer is the ability on tasks to actually do assignments, and that getting replicated on the CRM side, along with the ability that on appointments, if you do an attachment, one-way sync will also be possible. So a lot of enhancements on the Exchange sync while we are delivering the online-to-online sync in Vega. The focus is on making this sync much more configurable so that the needs of all our users can be handled. Also, from support of selling models where you bundle products, both physical products and services together. So support of bundle products in a service economy, this is extremely important. So this is also going to get delivered out of the box. We will also have the ability to manage these products with dynamic attributes, which will cascade across the hierarchy, and you can break the inheritance rules at the lower nodes. So all of those capabilities that give you the ability to define the products in all their richness is coming with the Vega release. Switching gears, as far as Electra is concerned, we talked about that our whole focus is adding newer and newer channels. With Electra, the next version of marketing, our focus is going to be adding SMS, mobile, as well as social channels. So the social listening that you saw in Microsoft Social Listening brought into the CRM product, the same way it is going to get embedded within marketing, and you would be in a position to analyze your brand from within the marketing product directly. Along with that, building a content editor that you can go across, building web pages, email, and mobile campaigns all in one shot will be big. The theme of sales and marketing collaboration is going to be greatly enhanced. So let me talk about this particular area, because I truly believe that this is going to be unique of what we are doing. So today, if you look at, we have built the capabilities that everything that is happening, your digital footprint gets passed back to the CRM side of the house. How do you give not only visibility, but the ability for the sales guys to actually control what digital footprints do they want to hear and what campaigns do they want their accounts to see. So this is taking sales and marketing collaboration to the next level. So we'll build the sales visibility through this marketing calendar that the sales can actually look at all the campaigns. In real time, they would be in a position to drill down on each one of these campaigns and see what that particular campaign is, and then also control communication. So they can actually say, this particular campaign should not come to my account, and sales can also define what triggers do they want to pick up. So that's the power of what sales and marketing collaboration we are building. So it's not about just passing information. It's really making that interaction between sales and marketing really tight and really fruitful for the company so that the revenue cycle can be pushed in a big way. On the Libra and the Hydra side of the house, we talked about how social connections, creating leads, opportunities, cases directly from the Microsoft Social Listening into CRM would be made possible. The infrastructure on the CRM side has already been built. You'll be in a position to do geo-analysis. So not only now you saw the feeds of different search elements coming in, this is where all of the areas on where these tweets are originating, where are these Facebook posts coming from, you can see that. And finally, taking social engagement to the next level so that you can do it within a Microsoft Social Listening as a community manager, or also, on the other hand, be in CRM, a customer service rep directly responding to it. So let me show you the vision for that. So this is where you would be in a position to have multiple watch lists. You can track this watch list, set up these multiple watch lists. These will be optimized for quick reading right there and then so that I can look at that information and directly respond to it. Then also at the same time, these will give you the capabilities to feed directly to CRM entities. So within the engagement, I can track these events and tie them to either opportunities, cases, activities, whatever the case may be, and then also have an efficient response mechanism. Because on the social side of the house, volume is a big thing. How do you make that process really efficient so that you can deal with things in bulk? So this is the kind of application that we want to build for social engagement. Will be available both on Microsoft Social Listening and on the CRM side of the house so that people can use it to really respond very effectively to their end customers on the social side of the house. Parature, from an integration standpoint, our focus is threefold. So one is the channel integration. A lot of you have seen that channel integration as part of the product, where chat, we showed it in Unified Service Desk, knowledge management, we showed it in Unified Service Desk, directly used with, but this is taking the channel integration to the next level, not only within Unified Service Desk, for example, from the web self-service portal, directly creating a case, from a Facebook portal, directly creating a case. and taking chat and directly integrating it. These are some of the elements on the channel side of the house. This will also be available eventually as a Microsoft standard service. So let me put one thing in context. These are the directional things I'm putting together. What you will see is the first version of a subset of these coming out as in the fall wave. Knowledge management will also get directly integrated into CRM. So the knowledge base articles that you have, if you wanted Parature knowledge to sit right within that context, that is going to be possible. So this is overall from a directional standpoint where the Parature integration will go in the fall wave. Subset of these will get delivered. Finally, before I wrap up, I really want to emphasize one fact. When you look at the family of products that we have, the goal has not changed. We talked about delivering amazing customer experiences, and we are putting a lot of effort into making that possible. Every acquisition that we do, we have taken the process of bringing them to our standards, Microsoft standards, Office 365, so that they can also take advantage of the same productivity tools. So Microsoft Dynamics Marketing today uses Power BI. Same way, you can use that. Multiple integration paradigms have been built. You have a composition framework, for example, for unified service desk, where you can combine. The mobility story that we are building is now also going to be multiple backends. So all of these first-party applications, we will bring all of them together in the context of mobile applications, which you will be in a position to see across. We have built connectors so that we seamlessly pass information. And finally, all the productivity applications are also tied directly within CRM. So at the heart, our focus is the everyday life of our end users becomes much more easier. It's not the word of different silos. It's all of these products working in tandem to delivering amazing customer experience, so that elusive 360-degree view can be delivered. So that's overall where we are trying to go. Any questions at this point of time? Please. If you don't mind, if you can go to the mic, because everyone can listen.
Did you mention you were going to provide the mobile client over the Good Dynamics system?
We said we will. Yes, mobile IRN and Good, we are going to deliver that integration capability. So from a security standpoint, that will be possible.
Fantastic.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes, please.
About the mobile offline sync, you are talking about tablets or phones also?
Initially, it will be tablets followed by phones. Okay. Yes, please.
Can you talk any more about changes to licensing to support all of these products?
So all of the licensing details are going to be made available very recently, but the idea is, along with the licensing capabilities that you have, you would have the capability to buy, for example, each of these standalone, but also in a bundled fashion.
When can we expect more details on that?
I think the details will be made available within a short period of time.
Yes.
I exactly also don't know that. Okay?
You said the attachment syncs will be one way. Is it from the device to CRM or from CRM to the device?
Which syncs are we talking about?
The attachment sync.
Only from Outlook to CRM.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? There are no more questions. Thanks a lot, everyone.